The Brethren of Chaos podcast.
Hello, welcome to the next episode of the Brethren of Chaos podcast. Episode 41, I think. I think I know the number this time.
Is it?
Well, now you've thought the question.
Is it? 42.
Simon's back with us.
Yep. So I wasn't
return.
joking. Carl has officially left the podcast.
No.
He's left. Carl's left. He got in a little trouble with the law, so he's had to leave the podcast. Sadly, we won't be seeing Carl for a while.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. The viewers need to know, keep in the loop. So Carl will be away for a little bit.
It's your choice to believe.
Just
Simon,
away from the mic. It's not locked up yet.
No, anyway, moving on from this palaver. Straight back into
It's the
history.
truth.
We're
Yeah.
we're historians, aren't we?
That's what you label us as.
Well, like I was looking at it. We literally research a history topic and we publicly publicise
Yeah.
our research findings.
To all the fans.
That's what the historians do.
That's all they do.
Yeah. There's
They don't have their own
work.
work, do the historians? It's just everyone else's
Just giving it out.
Lazy bastards.
There's no like official thing to be a historian, isn't there? Like a fucking degree means nothing, really.
But is that what you need, though? Do you have to have a degree?
No, I don't think you need anything.
What point do you become a historian?
I
And
think
you're not just
I think-
someone
I think-
signing.
I think if you're just studying, researching, giving the facts out,
It's like you said, if you just keep saying you're a historian,
everybody
eventually you're just like, oh, he's a historian now. Yeah.
But it's like that Julian Cope.
Yeah.
This musician Julian Cope, he's like
Give him a Google.
Give him a Google, he's fucking mad. He is literally the leading authority on megaliths, probably in the world.
What a subject
Like-
to be
like
the
he is
authority on
the top guy.
megaliths.
And he's never even studied it or went to uni for it or anything. He just did it on his own accord, made his own documentary. He was a musician, so he had he could fund it and
That
everything.
doesn't- Oh, right, yeah.
You know, he had a bit of back. His documentary got on BBC and stuff.
Oh, right,
but
yeah.
it was
Yeah,
all
but
his.
to go and do it,
Yeah, it was just.
we did it, and it didn't really cost much, did it?
No,
Like, you just need a car, really.
but he's the leading authority, and he hasn't got a degree or anything in it.
Well, you need
It's
to
just
pick.
assumed
You need
control.
to pick an area then. What area? You need to pick an area to be the leading authority. And you can't just
it
history,
can't just be
because that's
yeah.
fucking. It's everything.
Okay,
the past.
last week. I only deal in last week events.
I can't remember last week events. Doesn't know me.
No, I'll have a think about that.
You need to pick a thing.
What about you, Simon? What have you been up to? Nothing to tell or anything to report? Any
a funny
dementia
thing
moments?
happened on the bus. Actually, it wasn't anything to do with my
Mental decline.
shortcomings. It was this old guy got on the bus.
Sure, it wasn't you. No, I'm not the old guy.
Out of body experience. Oh, he got on the bus and he tried to use his, the other pass.
Like an old
Like
man's path.
Yeah, tried to use that and it wouldn't work. And the driver was like, "Oh, we've updated the system." He's like, "Oh, sorry, it's not gonna work." He was like, "You need to pay."
Yeah.
Well, this is what I couldn't really hear, but this is what I assume, from looking at it. And he was like this, he was like, an old man's red in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I think he said some unsavoury things to the driver
Yeah.
and threw a bit of money at him.
Old people think they're so entitled, don't they? For everything.
It's so weird how he acted. And then I think the driver threw the money back because when I looked, he was picking stuff up,
Picking
picking
pennies.
coins off on the floor,
It's 20p.
bright red in the face, "You fucking drunk." And then he just walked and sat on the bus, and the driver was shouting, "You're not getting on this bus now, mate." Now you said that to me.
Yeah.
I was like, "Get off the bus."
Oh,
And there was a queue, so everyone else came on and sat down.
yeah.
And the driver was like, "No one here is going anywhere till he gets off the bus," and turned the bus off.
What the
And this old man was going, "Oh, get on with it." He just kept saying, "Get on with it."
fucking
Get
hell?
He's going, "You're holding everyone up, you mate. You're not going." This to the driver. It's like, "You're holding everyone up. You're not going anywhere."
What's everybody else doing?
Everyone was
just,
just sat there, just
staring?
"Oh, fuck's sake." Well, I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I
you're
was
giggling away.
chuckling at the back.
You should have started filming it.
And a few other people were everyone had kind of zoned into "Oh, this is
Yeah,
weird."
something's going down here.
Well, then these women at the front were just talking like nothing. Like it's just a normal conversation. They're just having a conversation. "Oh, how's your sister?" Like that. And then he wouldn't go, and he was going, "You're holding everyone up," and the old guy just kept going, "Well, get on with it then. Well, get on with it then."
Fucking
And
hell.
I was like, "What the fuck?" And it was just like silent. Like the driver wasn't saying anything, and he wasn't saying anything for like a minute,
What the fuck?
and that's quite a long time when it's like
but he
sat
just
there.
sat
And it's like, "Oh, fuck!" And then he got up, the old guy, and started walking off, and he went, "Are you all right now?" Then to the driver, like poked his head around the thing,
Yeah.
and he went, "You got to get off." And he went, "This is why you're so fat." And then got off the bus. The old guy just went,
Wow,
"This is why you're so fat." And got off the bus.
that's powerful.
Like,
That.
what? What? He wasn't even fat. Like I got off and looked at him, and he wasn't even like.
Normal
He was a bit
build.
chubby, but you know, it wasn't like. But this old guy's a dick. I don't
Is it-
like
oh,
him.
have you seen him before?
He's for years he's got on the same bus.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I think a lot of old people are just fucking. They have that
I don't know what it
entitlement,
was
don't
like,
they?
yeah.
And they get like roost and they're like,
Yeah, it's like,
and they think because they're old, nobody will mess with them.
well, that's what it's like. No one's gonna say, "Oh, what? You're not gonna hit some old man, are you?" Really?
you can gozza greenie right in the face.
Ping him.
I'm waiting for the time
Right on
when
the
an
glasses.
old entitled boomer starts something. I'm just gonna spit right in the mouth.
Just sweep the leg.
Yeah.
Break the hip.
Just decack him.
Oh, they always have a belt on, don't they? They've always got like pants. They're well dressed. I'll give them that. They're always well dressed. But yeah, I want to know what he said to him though. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
what was the exchange of
the driver was pissed off. Like, "You're not getting on now." He said that to me. Like, "Damn."
Fucking hell. Well, that's an experience.
I think that was it. That was the only
When was that?
this week.
Can't-
2 days ago.
can't
I think. I don't know. 2 days ago. Monday, Tuesday, maybe. Monday. It was Monday.
Yeah, good
It was Monday.
good start the week with
Start
that,
off
isn't
the
it?
week. Oh, we Peter Kay tickets came out today as well.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, we tried to get some.
He's the one to go to.
We got loads.
What, loads of tickets?
Yeah. So like as like our like group chat thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Henry was like, because at first it was priority tickets, you know, like O2 priority.
Oh, yeah.
Only they could get it.
Yeah.
So Henry was like, "Oh, I'll get like 8." All right. And he got 8 for like Newcastle. Well, you could have asked like Newcastle. Like, what the
Fucking
fuck?
hell.
So then like, and then he ended up like they fucked up the ticket thing, so they would put all the tickets on sale, like not even just the priority ones.
Oh, I
this
see.
website put like every ticket, so
Yeah.
it's sold out already, but it's not even like the official release yet.
What? And it's
like,
all
they've fucked
sold
up.
out?
Yeah, they've like
What the
everywhere's sold
fuck?
out. So like yeah, but they got loads of tickets, but they're all buying it for the families, the lads.
Oh, are they?
So
In Newcastle?
no,
No,
like
they've gone to-
Manchester.
Yeah.
But Henry like got
BTK, though, is probably one of the best. If you're
fucking
listening
so funny.
and you're from America... Actually, no, there's no point in telling Peter Kay to the Americans.
It doesn't work.
They
It's
won't
not the same.
understand.
It's not the right. It'll just be like fat idiot. Just like
In fact, it's not, even people in the south of
It doesn't
England
really
won't
work,
even like Peter Kay.
But I think now he is. He's doing London as well.
Is he?
He's got tour dates for London.
He is so funny, but it's definitely the humour of Northern
Yeah.
England.
North working class. That's it. Do you think he's gonna be funny though?
I don't.
12 years. He's not. It's been 12 years since he did.
We used
I think he's had 12 years to think of like
to practice.
material.
12 years.
Like,
What about you? Said you watched Max and Paddy, and it wasn't as funny again.
yeah, it wasn't that funny. It's like
Mm.
the thought of it's funny, you know, when you think of the jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
But then watching it was just like
Might be
I was watching
outdated.
it with my mum though, maybe because I was watching it with my mum. It was just like
that straight
it's not
straight
funny.
face.
Yeah.
You need to get down to Tank Comedy Night. That's where the
That's where
laughs
the real
are.
comedy is. Yeah.
That was fucking
Peter
funny.
Kay's there
Doing his little
next
gigs.
week. Well, the mum's back. Wrap up. Right. And what's happened with you? What have you?
What have I
been
done?
doing?
I don't know what I've done. Oh,
It's only been a week, hasn't it,
yeah.
since we?
I went to a gig on Garswood on Saturday. That was nice and chilled. Conservative club. Just one of those Labour type club things, you know, where it's just the average age is like
Nice and-
70.
yeah.
They did bingo in between our set. There was like,
No,
they did honestly. There's about 15 people in there. But it was
with their
class.
own pens.
No, it's
their own
class though, because
dabbers.
it's like, it's a chill from all the crazy madness.
Yeah, just a
Turn up and
nice play.
Yeah. What else to do? Oh, went to that death metal gig.
Oh yeah, what was that like? Any funny stories?
That
from
was just. I don't think anything ridiculously funny. I got talking to people
yeah.
because the listeners don't know this, but I'm trying to do like the cold approach on strangers. For the only reason is just to talk to strangers. There's no other reason. So I'm just like talking to like anybody I meet in the shops or anything.
Anyone you can.
So that was like a perfect event for that. So I ended up just like speaking to loads of people. Some people don't take it on. That's fair enough.
Well, yeah, you said those kind of like heavy metal things. Everyone's dead friendly, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
Like,
everybody's
they all
fucking,
want to talk,
everybody's talkative.
even though you think there's like heavy metal. I was like,
Yeah, I got
intense.
what do we do? Oh, we got a funny one because we got the train to Deansgate and it was in Rebellion. So we're watching Nile, technical death metal, classic, iconic band. And the Rebellion, the place where they're playing, is like right next door to Deansgate, the station.
Yeah.
But we didn't know which side or anything. We didn't know it was next door. We just knew it was nearby. So we got out of the station and was looking. We couldn't really see it. So I walked left around the block and then walked the whole way around the block going, where the fuck is this? Until we circled back to the front.
Did you
of
get to them stairs that go up? Is it right near them?
It's like right next to the entrance on the right, but we went left and we ended up walking around the whole block and then met it at the end, right where it was.
So Google it.
Yeah, that's what we did when we were like halfway around the block.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, what else did I do?
I could have come and met you, but I was too.
It was a good experience. Like the venue is a chode. It's wider than it is longer. I'm not joking. Like it was so small,
piled in,
blasting death metal. No, that was funny. What else have I done? Did me rowing workout last night.
Oh yeah,
which I nearly died
Give it a
from.
Blast.
Rowing. If you're listening, you're doing exercise.
You row to?
You need to get on a row machine, honestly.
Row to France.
Down the Thames. It's so fucking good rowing. Like every muscle in my body was blasted. My legs, my core, even like me abs at the front and everything.
You got to keep a solid core. I don't think I have the right form. Anytime I've done it, my back's killing after like 10 minutes.
It's a heavy back.
No, like not like a good. Like not the muscle, like it's the spine or something. It's like proper hurting.
Well, I did 20 minutes on the highest setting, just dead fast blasting it, and afterwards, for the whole evening afterwards, I was shaking. I was like watching TV and stuff, and like my arms were shaking.
Yeah, that's not good.
Small tremors.
That's not good.
I felt ill. I've been absolutely wrote off today.
That's disgusting.
Worth it though. You can tell it's like pure fitness training doing that.
Could you probably feel your muscles though? It's like cardio.
Everything. Feel like
it's like you're pulling it.
My wrists, forearms, my rear delts, they blew up. Top of my back.
Your rear? Oh yeah.
Me whole of my legs, even my hamstrings are like quite sore.
There's a lot of legs in it. If you're doing it right, I don't think I used to do it right because my legs.
Yeah, you need to get the right form.
My back would be killing.
You're
fucking swinging around on it.
You're bent over. You're folded forward.
Doing like sit-ups on it.
Yeah, that's all I've got to report back on.
Don't think. Oh, I got tickets for the rugby final.
You got him, yeah?
Me and Tom.
In Old Trafford.
Tickets. Yeah. For the,
so who's in the final?
We don't know yet.
Oh, is it not being...
England might not get there because they got to play Samoa again. But we beat Samoa like 60-0 on the first game.
Blitzed them.
But they might be like warmed up. They might like
in the groove.
They might be like thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna batter them now," and then it's like they get smashed.
Those
so they might not even get there, and then we still got to the final.
Yeah, it's still
probably be Australia and either England or Samoa.
It's still a top experience.
Yeah, it was like 20 quid as well.
Good.
That's not too
bad.
That's
fucking well worth it, isn't it?
All right, yeah. Right up in the gods though, like it's the highest seat you can have.
Right at the back.
That's what it is.
Nah, that's.
So we're like, it'll be all right anyway.
Yeah, get talking to some
atmosphere.
people.
I think the people up there will be like us. Similar to us. Who are just like, we just came for a laugh.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah, good vibes up there.
Yeah,
it's fucking well better than going the match, football match. That's what I found.
What, going to
a rugby match?
But
you're not surrounded by a load of fucking lads out for the day, out drinking in the fucking gazelles.
Good northern accents up there.
It's like families, isn't it? And they're all just like talk to each other.
Bothered, yeah.
All right, mates. How's it going?
And they all drink well more than you do at footy.
Yeah,
because you're allowed to take drinks out.
It's fucking chilled. You go to the match, there's a load of fucking scousers in bubble coats, all stood there like, fucking hell, ref. You what? Fuck off. Yes. Anyway.
Anyway, but it's not going to be standing like Saints is, because it's Old Trafford and it's just seating. I think it's something about. Anyway, it'll be good.
Don't worry. It'll be good. Don't stress.
Anyway. I'm not stressed about that.
I'm looking forward.
It might just be like me and Tom, like no one around us at the top.
With your flares.
Shit in it. Right, should we get on to the
Yeah, let's fly into it. Today's episode, The Great Fire of London.
Oh,
powerful.
I knew nothing about this. I'm sure I learnt it we must have learnt it in school.
You know,
didn't remember any of it.
All the research when I was googling like videos on YouTube, it's all like kid stuff. You know, to learn like Key Stage 1. Or loads of videos like Key Stage 1.
What was that song? I remember like the rhyme.
London's burning or something.
Oh, London's burning, London's burning.
I don't know.
I don't remember it. I don't remember that bit. So yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't remember any of it.
But so for the listeners again, we watched a documentary, same as the Blackbird one previously. I think that's the way to research.
Pretty much the same style, isn't
You
it?
just get the nice documentary, hour long, blast it, gives you all the facts, write it down. So it sticks in my mind better watching a documentary.
But I think
anything
it's
else.
writing it down that's sticking it in your mind.
Yeah, like you take
If you
it
watch
in.
it, it's like, oh, but then you're writing it as well.
Yes, solidifies it.
Remembering the facts.
I know what you're saying there.
I think that's for me. And if I just watch it, I don't remember any of it.
Well, I know if I'm like previous ones and I'm reading stuff, that doesn't stick in my mind as much.
What, like a book? Or do you mean just
Or like when I'm on,
researching?
when I'm on like Wikipedia or something.
Oh yeah, there's too much though. There's too much. There's a page full of
Dates.
Yeah, I can't remember any of them. Writing your own stuff.
No.
It's better.
Documentaries, they're the ones. So, Great Fire of London. Get me notes out. I've got 3 pages here.
Oh, I've just got.
You've got one word.
I've got
Fire.
hot.
Flames. So a bit of background
Oh, have you got
for
a
the
bit?
time. I haven't got a bit of background, but we can talk.
You can make it up.
We can make it. We can have a guess. No, so just beforehand, so it was what was it? 1600.
Yeah.
66.
Yeah.
1666.
I keep going to say 1066.
I keep saying
Fucking
yeah.
annoying, isn't it?
1666. So in the few years beforehand, there was the Civil War with Cromwell. What's his name? Oliver Cromwell. Which we could do an episode on that. That's fucking crazy. And then King Charles II came back, assumed control, took over, saved England, restored the monarchy, did all that stuff, good stuff. And then a few years into his reign, bang, fucking...
Big bloody fire.
So, 1st of September
Yeah.
was the... No, it wasn't the 1st, it was the 2nd of September. But we'll
What?
start on the 1st September. What?
I thought it was. Oh no, I get you.
Because it's in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah, I get you.
So, everybody knows the street it was... it was set on.
Yeah.
The first spark, the flame.
That's in loads of rhymes, isn't it? Pudding Lane.
Pudding Lane.
Those chubby people rolling down Pudding Lane.
You know, I kept thinking, you watched like Big Brother when Shri was on it.
What?
Shri, the Indian guy.
No.
He was like a legend. He was like fucking cult following.
Shri?
The Indian guy. He killed himself a few years later as well. That was like when Big Brother, Big Brother was like peak years of Big Brother and Shri.
The fame's all too much for him. He couldn't handle it.
It might have been actually. No, well, there was a famous scene where, so in Big Brother, you know, if they fail or something, they get like they don't get the dessert.
Oh yeah.
They get like pudding instead, which was like something shit.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what it was, like rice pudding or something shit.
Oh yeah, probably.
But to Shri, he was an Indian. He thought like pudding. He seen that as like a like a big treat. So when they released the pudding, everybody's like, "Oh fucking hell!" And he like sits up and goes, "Oh pudding!" Like runs over.
Yes.
Literally like that. That's all I kept on thinking when I was thinking of pudding.
Him saying pudding.
He's eating it all. But yeah, so Pudding Lane. So that was this is right in the centre of London.
Yeah.
It was the bakery district, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Pudding Lane was where it was the fast food. That's what the guy said.
Fast food area back then.
So when you're hungry, you nip over to Pudding Lane for a big baguette.
Oh no, I get like a big pie.
Steak pie,
Meat
pigeon pie.
I wonder how they tasted. It must have been like nice. Everything's made by hand and like
there's
fresh.
Yeah, there's
I
no
don't know
like
how fresh it
fucking
is,
weird chemicals that they're putting in it.
It's not like a machine doing it. It's like it's made with love.
It's made with a maid.
I'd love to go and just try it. Walk down that street. I bet it's dead good.
Get
The
salmonella.
smells. Oh,
Dysentery
then
as well.
die, burn to death.
So on the 1st of September,
Yeah.
which was a Saturday, Thomas Fariner
Mm-hmm.
was in his bakery making his puddings and
Yeah.
whatever it was, whatever you can imagine he was making
Bread and all sorts, whatever.
for the Sunday after, wasn't
Sausage rolls. Oh yeah. What was it, the Sabbath?
The Sabbath, yeah. So it's late on a Saturday night, and he finishes up and goes home. And
No, he goes
upstairs, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He goes drifts off. doesn't he?
drifts off,
Goes
that's it, yeah.
Sweet dreamland. With night terrors about fires, about sausage rolls and stuff, just like
getting burnt.
Burnt gingerbread man.
So that's him. He's done for the night.
Yeah.
Rocks up. Then around 1 a.m.
Yeah.
to 2 a.m., there's a journeyman. I don't know what that means. Probably a traveller, isn't it? Took probably lodging in one of the rooms upstairs above the bakery. Wakes up to the rooms full of smoke, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's above the ovens, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's like sleeping above the ovens.
Fucking
The hottest
sweating,
room in London.
having nightmares. So he wakes up to full of smoke everywhere. Imagine what he's thinking. What the fuck's going on here?
Well, it's really common, wasn't it? Apparently,
Fires.
around that street.
Yeah, with the bakery. Yeah.
Just like straw and stuff everywhere, and just like.
Well, I didn't realise how flammable flour was.
Yeah, well, should we get into that later on?
We'll get to that. Yeah.
Well, we could just do it now. Oh, it doesn't really matter.
No, let's keep on.
Go on.
So so this journeyman, this anonymous journeyman lodging upstairs in Thomas Farriner's bakery, sees a load of smoke at 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. So obviously Thomas Farriner, in the evening before, was didn't put away his embers or something.
Yeah.
Something's caught fire.
Yeah.
Something started a big fire. So the whole family eventually this time has been woken up by this guy saying, "Yeah, you fucking
hell, there's a fucking fire here."
Your bakery's on fire, Thomas. So they all
in here. Turn the heating down. Fucking roasting.
taking his top off. Oh, fucking hell. Coughing.
Yeah, that's what they wake up to.
All soot over his face. So the Farriner family see this fire and they can't get downstairs, can't they?
Yeah, it's all engulfed, isn't it?
So they all run up to the loft space and flee out the window. Apart from the maid, who's too scared.
Couldn't jump out, could she?
She's too scared.
But how to be more scared?
Of
I can't understand.
You've got like these massive flames.
You're
going
to burn to death, or you jump. You're just scared of the cobble road, wasn't you? Like, I think that was quite a soft thing. I don't know why.
Oh, the pig shit.
Cobble road, like, oh.
Yeah, but you've seen like the family jump out. Presume some of them like are all right, aren't they? None of them died.
Couldn't have been that high up, really.
In the loft space.
Well, they would have all like broke the legs and stuff, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know how big houses were back then. They're all crippled. That's probably why. They went first.
I'm not jumping.
Fuck this, I don't have a bird to death.
But they were saying like in the midst of being in a fire. So in that documentary, the guy breaks it down, doesn't he? Saying like how disorientating it is.
You don't know where you are. And
your
stuff,
eyes
like,
are streaming. You can't breathe properly. You can't see. You just imagine the panic.
I bet she might have just not even been scared and just not known
where to go or anything.
If the smoke got in her eyes,
she's like,
and she's just lost,
stumbling around,
coughing her head off.
Yeah.
And now they say she's too scared to jump. Fucking like. Bet she saved the kids or something. Oh, she was too scared.
Yeah. So she was the first person to die.
First victim.
So they jump out and obviously get help, don't they? And other people in the nearby houses start like panicking like Sims. Ooh, with the hands fucking above their heads.
Just running everywhere.
Don't know what to do.
Smoke coming off them.
So by 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So this is an hour or two later.
Yeah.
The fire is visible now from outside the building, and it's like properly burning up, isn't it, in the street?
Yeah.
And this is when Samuel Pepys, the famous historian, diaryman,
that you have,
which I've actually got his diary here with a bookmark for the day. It took me. I didn't have the actual dates, you know, so it took me ages flicking through. It's just got the days, but it hasn't got the months. So I had to go through like
work it out.
every 2nd of September in the year to find it. But basically, he said, I can't find it to be honest, but I've got the
Well, that was pointless.
He's got so much here written down in his. So what was it first?
That is cool that you have the diary. Like, how long have you had that?
Ages. Just been sat in the attic,
rotting away.
I did read the first bit of it, but it was a bit. It's not the best read.
No, it seems like it'd be a bit
because it's not like. It's literally just him, like, kind of not even stream of conscious.
Boring stuff, isn't it? Really.
So, did this. Woke up today. Did this. Seeing this guy. But at this point, he does talk about. So he's staying. Samuel Pepys, because he's quite well off, isn't he? He's staying in like a big building.
Yeah, he's a bit out of the way, isn't he?
A few streets away.
Yeah.
And he gets woken up basically by his maid saying there's a big fire.
I think you should have a look out the
Look
window.
out your window here. There's a street in the distance
That's glowing.
that's glowing. There's people. There's noises of people screaming and panicking. Here we go. Yeah. So second.
This is a reading from the
2nd of
diary now,
September.
isn't it?
This is a read. Yeah. Some of our maids sitting up late last
Read it in
night.
his voice.
Fucking cunt. Some of our fucking maids sitting up late. Yeah, he's from London. Isn't he?
You fat Cockney.
No, I'll do my normal voice. Some of our maids sitting up late last night to get things ready against our feast today. Jane called us up about 3 a.m. to tell us of a great fire they saw in the city. So I rose and slipped on my nightgown and went to her window and thought it to be on the backside of Mark Lane at the farthest, but being unused to such fires as followed, I thought it far enough off and so went back to bed again and to sleep.
So he just like, I'll be alright.
It's nothing.
I'm going to sleep.
He basically said because he's not used to fires.
Oh, I thought it was because they were so used to fires.
He said unused there.
Oh, yeah.
Unused to him.
Mm.
Well, maybe he's unused to him because he's like a fucking well-off
Yeah.
lord, isn't he?
That's
Yeah, no, I'm going back to bed.
That would probably happen now, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
if you saw
probably.
like a fire in the distance, you'd be like, "Oh, I'll be all right."
Yeah,
Like, it's not gonna get here, is
yeah,
it? You'd be
people
like,
people will sort that out.
That'll sort itself out. That.
So he went back to sleep. So in the next hours of the morning, everybody's gathering around now trying to put it out.
Yeah.
Sir Thomas Bloodworth,
Oh God, this is fucking funny.
the mayor, turns up at the
He
scene.
popped up. Let's have a look. Check this fire out.
What's
then.
going on?
Fucking
What's
hell.
all the
What's
fuss?
this nonsense?
And he basically says, quoted, this is what he says word for word, a woman could piss it out.
It can't be that big at this point to say, "Oh, a woman could piss it out." Like what?
Well, it's been burning for a few hours. Think
Well,
of
surely
all
the whole,
wooden buildings.
The whole house is on fire by this point.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "Oh, a woman could piss it out." Like, what?
A woman's been dead in it as well.
Oh yes. Oh, yeah. She tried
Yeah,
to
she
piss it out. And she's dead. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So this fool is...
What did he not say? My mate's dead in there. He just goes, "She's gonna piss it out."
Don't worry.
It's her own
Don't
fault
worry
for not
about it.
pissing all over it.
So
Crazy.
basically, like all the buildings at this time, 1600s, they were all made out of wood and timber,
Yeah.
and they even had tar on the walls to keep out
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rain.
So it's just a bloody fire's wet dream, innit?
So yeah, it's basically set up, isn't it? If fire comes on like that,
Yeah.
you're fucked, really.
I can't. I don't know how this hasn't happened before. Unless
Well,
they
that's
just
one of the
put it
weird-
out.
That's the weird thing. Is how the fuck has there
There
been
must have
more
been
big
loads
fires?
of fires around that time.
This one just got crazy.
Maybe it was the wind.
Well, it was. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was. Yeah.
Forgot, yeah.
Yeah. So the fire started spreading westly by this time, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it went in. Or did it go?
In
Does it end
three-
up going in three different
Three
directions?
different.
Or was
three-
it like split?
I think it's split 3 ways heading west.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I can't remember the streets. Have you got the streets names?
No, I didn't write them.
But it's heading westly towards. So if you picture, I don't know, we haven't got the layout of the centre of London, but basically you've got the London Bridge,
Yeah.
and the centre is like right there, and that's where the fire's starting. It's heading west towards St Paul's Cathedral.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like if you look at a map, you could probably
Can't
You'd
even
have to
think
lay
about
out.
anything. Like, look that bit up yourselves. You know.
So the fire starts spreading. All these houses fucking lighting up. Everybody's like panicking, running
Yeah.
out. Shit. Now the fire brigade basically doesn't exist.
Well, there isn't one. Like,
There's not.
you're your own fire
Yeah.
brigade, aren't you?
The main implement to get rid of these fires was buckets of water.
Yeah.
So think this isn't like a picture how big bonfires get. Now we're
It's the
talking about
whole
like
house.
we're talking like 4-story buildings.
That's fully. There must be like a few on fire now.
We're talking like a street full,
Oh, yeah.
and people have only got buckets of water to throw at,
And ladders. I was like, oh yeah.
pissing
And
on
he's
it.
still saying a woman could piss out. Imagine your whole house is just everything you
Like-
own is burnt down, and
Yeah.
he just goes, "Oh, a woman could piss that out."
Fucking piss that out.
Oh, but the thing as well, everyone was asleep, weren't they? Really,
Yeah.
because Sunday's their only day of rest. So Saturday they were getting a good good night's sleep here,
decent
like
sleep.
chill out Sunday.
Nothing's waking me
So
up.
like nobody raised like Oh no, yeah. So when they raised the alarm, it was too big for the bucket to walk, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was already
So then
too
you're
much,
like, oh
wasn't it?
fucking hell! Now we get the piss out instead.
So it ends up burning down a few streets from Pudding Street, was it Pudding Lane?
Pudding Lane's gone now.
And now by 7 a.m, Samuel Pepys is woken up again.
I really think you should check this fire out now. It's getting out of hand.
It's fucking massive. So by this time, it said 300 houses was burnt.
Oh my god!
Engulfed in 5 hours. So Samuel Pepys was woken up. What did he do? He realised, didn't he, and was like, "Oh shit, this is
He's
serious
like, I need to
now."
get stuff done now. Yeah.
So he starts speaking to people higher up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The king and all that, saying, "This is
So
serious."
what is his title? Oh, Clerk of the Axe, isn't it?
Was that what it is?
Clerk of the Axe.
Samuel
of
Pepys.
something. I forgot to write the rest down. But I forgot. I was meant to Google that, but I forgot what that
Clerk
fucking
of the
means.
Axe?
Clerk of the Axe.
That's like something definitely off
Don't know
Skyrim.
what that is. Skyrim.
So
Finally awake. The Sam Pepys. That's how it starts. Finally awake,
lit
traveller.
to a fire.
Or smoke in the background.
So by this time, Samuel Pepys is woken. The fire's gone down London Bridge, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Now London Bridge was wooden,
So that's just
and it was
like,
dead thin. It was perfect for a
Yeah.
fucking blaze to rip through it. But it went all the way down to the drawbridge, and the drawbridge was up, and it was made of stone, so it couldn't get across.
Oh.
So that's
okay.
why it didn't cross the Thames
Oh god,
into the other
it would have gone
the other side of the
worse.
city.
Fucking crossed.
Because I think at the night they obviously raised the drawbridge or
Yeah.
something, and it was made of stone, so it couldn't get across.
That was good blockage.
So that was one little point I wrote down.
Yeah.
So now in the morning, it's fucking kicked off, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Early morning, the mayor's realised,
You can't put it out with piss. Or even water at this point.
and he's panicking, isn't he?
Yeah, he's shitting one.
And he says to Samuel Pepys, I'll try and find it somewhere.
Oh yeah, he meets him again. Samuel
Yes.
Pepys meets him, doesn't he?
I should have fucking wrote down where he was. Oh, I can't find it. But it basically says that he was acting like a woman. The mayor. That was. I wish I
Says
wrote
the
it down.
mayor's acting like a woman.
Yeah, he said he's panicking that much. He's acting like a woman. That was in his diary.
Imagine writing that down his diary.
Chuckling
Like
away.
a bloody woman.
Everything's burning around him. No, I can't find it. It's not.
Well, that's ironic, isn't it? He says that a woman could piss it out, and then he's like, "You act like a woman,
You're
here,
fucking
mate.
acting
Go
like
and
one."
piss that fire out."
Oh, I can't find it. I can't find it in his pages. But basically, he meets the mayor again,
Yeah.
and the mayor's panicking, going crazy, saying, "We can't do anything here."
You say like no one's listening to him, are they? It's like
No.
I can't get anyone to do anything. They're all just like,
Panicking, and he says we need to stop pulling the houses down.
yeah,
So to make a block, isn't it?
yeah.
That seems like an alright thing.
It
to
makes
do.
sense. The
Yeah.
fire can't spread
But people aren't listening. They don't want the houses getting pulled down.
because they're thinking the same as Peeps, aren't they? Oh, it's too far away. That's not.
Yeah,
it's not going to get to
yeah.
us. And they're like, oh, I'm not pulling my house down. It's miles away.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So, but Pepys at this time went to Whitehall, where King Charles II,
Yeah.
was living, to advise the king that he should make a claim to the people to pull the
You
houses
have
down.
to do it.
You're going to have to do it. And the king's like, oh shit, this is fucking serious now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the king's, where he was staying at this place called Whitehall, it was looking, his balcony was facing the fire, wasn't it?
Oh, so we could see.
So they're saying, at that moment in time, he probably was stood on his balcony, looking over
Looking down,
London, just
yeah.
burning. Fucking
Jesus
fire
Christ.
everywhere. Imagine the scene.
Has he not noticed up until this point?
Yeah.
Everyone's burning, and he's just not
Don't
noticed.
disturb me in my sleep.
He's just been looking up until that point, and then he looks down. Whoa!
So a few of the houses were pulled down, but
Yeah.
the mayor's fucking panicking, nothing's working. Now,
Yeah.
one of the funny things I remember reading this ages ago actually, was when they pulled down the houses. So you got a row of houses, and they pulled down one house
Yeah.
to stop the fire, the gap, which the distance would have been big enough, yeah,
Yeah.
to the width of a house pulled down would have been big enough to stop the fire. But they didn't account for that the house that was on fire would burn and fall inwards into the gap. And basically,
right.
you know,
So
like,
it just wouldn't matter.
no, it wouldn't matter. And that was like happened loads. Like all the houses would fall
Oh my
and cover the gap, and it'd be
Like,
like
oh,
touching the
fucking hell.
next house.
It just set on fire again.
So
And
that
you
was
wouldn't
like-
think of that though, would you?
No, you just think it's
Just like,
stopping.
all right, it can't get past that.
And then the house
And then it just
falls.
goes boom, falls right onto it. Like, fucking get everyone down.
So that was happening. So that was fucking all the plans up.
Yeah, oh, and it was moving. The fire was moving too fast anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So they
that
were
was
pulling
one
them
of the
down, but it
things.
was just they couldn't block it off. It was just going and going.
Think like back then as well, everything's flammable, isn't it?
Yeah,
All
there's-
made out of
there's-
wood and like fabric and shit like that.
Yeah, there's no stone, is there? Like in your house,
No
it's
metal.
like straw and fucking straw and wood.
Absolute city's on fire here. So in the morning, this is, I don't know, after 7 a.m, 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So what's this? Sunday morning. The
Oh, it also the little things. Well, they started to think that it's the end of the world.
That's
At
it,
that
yeah.
point, they started thinking
so
like,
it's when the preachers woke up to do the sermons for Sunday morning mass to see
Oh,
the
they wake
whole
up, oh my
city
God, what have
on
we done?
fire. It literally corresponds with what they preach, isn't it? About
yeah,
like the fucking
hell and
rapture.
that is, oh my God.
So everybody now at this point, never mind the panicking about their houses getting burnt.
They think it's the end. This is you all going to hell.
The whole world's on fire. Think back then as well, like their fucking heads are gone, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not logical thinking then.
No. Well, yeah, I probably think that back then. If you've never seen a fire like that, and then like
Like you got to
all of a sudden everything's on fire.
you got to put it in perspective as well. Like I'm trying to think of the biggest fire I've seen. Like
I was thinking
like a
this,
bonfire,
just like a bonfire, and even that I was like, "Fucking, that's a big fire, that isn't it?"
but that's nothing compared to like a full street
Row and rows of houses just all
burning up. Like even like you see on like videos of like big warehouses something on fire. That's still only like fucking 100 meters or
Yeah.
something.
Even
We're
that was
talking, like-
huge, wasn't it?
We're talking streets full of flames.
But I don't imagine the people panicking. I don't know why.
They're all
I
stuck
imagine
there.
them just like walking like off with like they're like just like, oh fuck's sake, come on, let's
Come on,
go.
let's get out of
Like,
here.
just- yeah, can't imagine anyone like scream for some reason.
I'm the
Just
opposite.
all
I
like
can just
calmly
picture
walking off.
Sims.
Like, oh, right.
So the preachers wake up and start preaching the rapture. The rapture.
Yeah,
And then on this Sunday was by Sunday night everybody started evacuating properly. Was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
the full
It
city?
was 18 hours after
Was
they
that it? Yeah?
finally start to evacuate. That's like crazy. That
Time to get out here.
18 hours, and you're like, right.
Now, one of the things was everybody was like at the carts, didn't they?
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
only way to get
Oh,
rid of
you
everything.
could hire them, couldn't you?
And everybody put the prices up. These
The
poor
fucking
peasants.
Businessmen all putting the prices up. Oh, I'll make a killing here.
Bas-
Did you write down the price? I didn't.
No,
put the
I didn't
prices
write down the
Ah.
prices. No.
But it probably like more than double or something, wasn't it? Just for one.
It
'Cause
was
there's so much
ridiculously high,
demand
yeah.
that it just like flew up.
No, you got to think as well. All these, like all the streets in London, were dead narrow as well. So picture
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
thousands of people just fucking trying to get the stuff, in
drag stuff
carts
out.
and stuff, and you've got smoke coming in and the heat and everything.
Oh yeah, maybe everyone was panicking then. Maybe they were panicking a little bit.
It's their whole life.
They're all just fighting in
It's
the
their whole
street.
life as well, isn't it? It's not
Yeah.
like now you got
There's no
like.
insurance policy, is there? It's just
No.
like,
Oh well, we'll get to that. Yeah.
oh yeah, that was it.
So it was basically hard as well to evacuate with the narrow streets, the cart
Yeah.
prices put up.
It
Every
was probably all getting clogged up anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
People dropping like all sort of. I don't even know what you'd be taking.
fucking
What
linen
would you
cloth.
grab if you had to
If you were a-
evacuate?
if
What
you were
would
a-
you take?
If I was then or now,
Well, how would you know what you have back then?
yes, that's what I'm saying. If I was then, I would.
Not then, because you wouldn't know what items you have.
I'd take me pig. I'd take me,
Oh, yeah.
me chicken.
One chicken.
A handful of eggs.
Say now, your whole neighbourhood's on fire, and you've got to like
I'd take
grab like what, I don't know, a few ham.
I'd take all my cash in hand money because all my money's been in cash in hand.
all under your bed. You take your mattress
I'll take
down,
my
and it's shoved in. Oh, money flying out of it.
Oh, get out of my way. I'd grab me hamster, put him in my pocket,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's it. You don't have to like put that in a pocket, can you?
put it on my head. It balances on my head when I move now. Just sits on me.
Not when you're running downstairs and that, it's
Panicking.
fucking bouncing everywhere.
Fire everywhere.
Trying to think what I get.
Maybe
I
something.
think my cat would just like
What about some
sort
assets?
itself out, wouldn't it?
Take me guitars. Because they'd be worth something, then. Sell them.
Yeah.
Take something that's worth something you can sell.
About clothes. Take all your clothes.
Load of
If
socks.
everyone's forgot to take the clothes, and they're like, I've got loads of clothes here.
Load of hats.
Buy loads of socks, yeah. Everyone's like, oh, feet are freezing. Well,
Load of
got
slippers.
some socks.
There you go, mate. Have these
take my
crabs.
pool table. It's like dragging that out. Bring the dartboard off the wall. It's essentials.
Leave the darts.
Yeah, oh, fucking hell. Hopefully somebody else has took the darts. Well, I'd take my cat, but I feel like he'd just survive anyway, because its cats would just run off on it. But like,
Cats survive
I'll
anywhere,
be
don't
hanging
they?
around for us. The cat will be long gone.
Cat's not bothered about you.
Well, they were saying, weren't they, people are irrational.
Yeah, so
'cause
the
they
guy in the
don't know what
documentary
yeah.
was saying people act. He was like a reporter, wasn't he, or something, who's been in situations like this before.
Yeah.
And he was saying people don't know how to. Yeah, they're irrational.
It's like
don't
modern
they?
day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not like, yeah.
Like in
they don't-
situations like that, they
They're
pick up.
panicking so much, they're just grabbing random shit.
What did he say? He said like they pick stuff that's just like
Really awkward and stuff, isn't
like
it? And,
worthless,
yeah.
just completely
Oh, that's it. It has
useless.
no worth, but
You can't even
they
use
just
it or
take
anything.
because they're just like, oh,
Big painting that's worth like £5.
just grab that. That's what you want.
So yeah, so everybody's everybody's evacuating, and there's a lot of people who were like moving into like neighbours' houses, you know, like down the street,
Oh, yeah.
settling in the house, and then obviously the fire gets to that
They
house,
go,
and then they've all got to move to the next.
But it's just like a group getting bigger and bigger, moving into the next house, like animals and everything. Fucking hell.
Thing is, at this point now, what should have they done? Like everybody should have evacuated fully.
Yeah.
Should the mayor have started like taking more buildings down? He tried,
Because
didn't
if
he?
everyone goes, it's just the fire just does what it wants. Then there's no one.
Just let
There's
it burn
nothing to
everything.
actually stop. Is it burning everything down? Because
Maybe.
there's no one trying to stop it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well, we'll get to it at the end, but
yeah,
some people say it was a good thing, doesn't it? It was a good thing to level the
probably
city.
yeah. Let it
Start
happen.
again.
Maybe we should do it now. That's what they need now. Get London gone.
We'll get all them fucking hooker bars. You ever been in London now?
There's loads of them.
It's fucking ridiculous. You know,
There's loads of them in like Manchester and that. 'Cause they're big, aren't they?
it's weird, isn't it? Like, I'm not bothered about fucking foreigners and all that shit. Oh, they're coming here. It's not like fucking England anymore. I'm not bothered about that shit. But definitely, when I was in London, the streets, where it doesn't feel like you're in England.
Yeah,
It's
obviously.
just full of like them cafes with like
Yeah, just like everyone's outside smoking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like them anyway because I think they're a bit pointless.
the hooker bars,
Yeah.
hookah, shisha bars.
Yeah, because you're just like puffing on vapor, aren't you? Just like,
Oh, they're definitely shit. Of all the
Well, what's the point?
establishments
It's
you
like,
can be in. But yeah, so everybody's evacuating. The silversmiths, they started hiding the silver because they've obviously got loads of silver in the buildings.
yeah.
They started hiding it in the sewers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shove
yeah.
it down there.
Smart.
The Sir William Batten, don't know who he was, but he must have been something big to have a sir and remembered. He dug a massive hole for his wine.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, peep. Have you got
Yeah.
peeps things?
To sound real peeps. Buried his most secret possession, which is Parmesan cheese, specially imported from Italy.
You know you're rich when like you're worried about your fucking cheese, aren't you? Wine and cheese. That's what they're burying.
It's
People
the
are dying in the street. Like, get that cheese and
It's
wine.
the fact that he said it, like they say it's his secret possession.
Secret, like.
Nobody's
who
having
cares
this.
about that?
Nobody's having this.
Yeah,
You fucking
I
big,
don't know.
big lumps of cheese.
Locked up in a big safe somewhere.
Well, it probably, I don't know, Parmesan cheese might have been like dead
Probably,
expensive.
yeah. Probably was back then.
Keep that. It's all cooked. It's
But
all
if
melted.
he's like,
when it gets
yeah, it's like, oh, fucking hell.
big bits of melted cheese.
Big slob of, like, it's all sloppy on the floor. Oh, bloody hell.
So that was a few people of what they were doing.
I kind of get burying the wine more than the cheese.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is
cheese,
wine expensive then?
Cheese, like what? I just
You just eat. You know what? In this Samuel Pepys diary, some of the food he's eating is like ridiculous.
Oh, does he mention his cheese in there?
I think he does
might do
actually.
later
You know.
on.
There's some sort.
Maybe it's
few
like
days
there's
later, he's
something in
coming
the
back.
cheese hidden.
Like some of the meals they have, those like, oh, what was it? It's like, sometimes they just eat bread. Like you saying, like,
Just like a loaf.
went to such and such for tea. We had bread and milk. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, they dip it in the milk, didn't they?
Oh,
Isn't that what they used to do? Dip it in the milk and eat it.
they?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but
fucking
think they're not having
disgusting,
like semi-skim milk from Sainsbury's. Like, they're having like straight from the teat. They're having like
that. Maid
they're having
milk.
like proper. They're having like proper
Cheese,
milk. Aren't they?
Parmesan
There's, like,
cheese milk.
Oh, goat's cheese milk. All lumpy. So it's probably actually pretty good for you, isn't it, back then?
Well, yeah, there's no processed
what were they
food.
making,
They're all
like,
eating veg and
Probably,
fruit.
probably
weren't
like it's probably not bad bread as well they're having back then.
they? Yeah, it's not like filled in salt,
like,
isn't it?
yeah.
And shit like that. Wholemeal.
Yeah, it would have been like wholemeal bread, wouldn't it?
I guess so. Yeah. Protein, loads of meat, veg. They're not having like.
Would they
fucking-
have meat that much though?
I think so. Yeah. Well, they said, didn't they? At some point, they had the spit roasts of like
Oh, they had loads, didn't they? Oh,
Pork.
yeah, obviously we're on about pie.
Yeah.
They have loads of pies and stuff, don't they?
loads of pork in it.
Mince pies and all that.
So everybody's evacuating, and everybody evacuates out. Some people evacuate. Oh no, everybody evacuates out of the city
Yeah.
to Moorfields, Islington, and Parliament Hill,
Yeah.
which were three high grounds, weren't they?
Yeah.
So that ended up on the Sunday night, like a big camps.
Yeah,
It's
everyone
basically
was
like
just
fucking-
with
was
nothing.
no hygiene, no clean water, no sanitation.
Yeah.
Just panicking, all like not even like proper like tents or anything. They're just all sleeping outside.
They wouldn't have had tents, would they?
Yeah,
Like,
let me grab me tent.
big 4-person
Going to
tent
go
with
outdoors.
sleeping bags.
They're all just on these like high lumps.
I had lumps just watching all the
Watching-
lives burn away.
So that's the by late Sunday.
Yeah.
Now going into the night, it hits Lombard Street, doesn't it? Have you got notes on that?
No, I can't remember. You'd have to.
So Lombard Street was the nerve centre for the banks,
Oh, yeah.
for the government.
Yeah,
It was basically like the main street
Yeah.
for like the government working, the
Yeah.
money, the whole
That's
the
what all
money.
the money
and
is
everything.
there,
Yeah.
innit? Yeah.
If that gone, that's like that's
That's
the
all the
end of your
wealth gone, isn't
fucking
it?
your system.
Yeah.
So all the what is it? The bankers and everything started. They set up like quick plan to
Yeah.
get rid of all the gold,
Yeah.
Fucking
'Cause it's all in
country's gold.
It's gonna like melt.
gold coins. So I don't know where they were taking them. Safes and like castles and stuff.
Yeah, they must have had somewhere they could
I think
take
castles,
it,
wouldn't it? Big
Yeah.
keeps.
Well, they
So-
started that quite early, didn't they? Or did they just start it?
I think that was on the Sunday.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it's been going for a day now, nearly, hasn't it?
Yeah, and now like right,
It's
you need to
hitting.
get the goal out of it
Yeah,
because
it's hitting. It's getting closer and closer to Lombard Street where the banks are. We know all the gold there.
God, imagine all the bankers. I love something like that's happened now, and all the bankers are. Actually, no, it did happen, didn't it? The bankers just make more money off it. And they doesn't really
Make a
do anything.
profit.
Yeah.
So all the country's wealth and everything was stored there. They needed to get rid of it. So that was
Yeah.
one of the big moves that they did. Get rid of all the gold coins.
Smart
Um,
move.
And then by 3 p.m. the following day on Monday,
Yeah.
that was Lombard Street absolutely wiped out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
gone.
That's gone. Completely
Flattened,
gone.
charcoaled.
So imagine if they were just like, oh, it's not going to come this far,
Left the money.
and like, by the time he gets there, it's too late to get all the money out, and it's just like
Gold everywhere.
fuck. But if it all
Be
melts,
looted.
haven't you then just got a big solid brick of gold? Isn't it still the same
I suppose.
value
Yeah.
of gold?
You'd have to remint it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Minting.
Mint, yeah. Make
That's
it
at
an
the-
official
the
like
Tower of
coin.
London, isn't it? That's where they did it. The minting.
Oh.
I
But
read
so
that in a
would it
book.
lose value then?
I don't know. Maybe you're gonna have to pay to mint it, aren't you? The process of minting so much into coins. And how
would
how
they
much
have had to pay, or would the
don't
king
know.
just go do this?
do this?
We're not paying you because we have no fucking money. That's the money there.
That's the money that
do
we
it,
should
and
be
we'll
paying.
give you the coin.
Maybe you don't know how much was. Oh no, they wouldn't know how much exactly was there as well, wouldn't it? To break it up into what it was worth.
We'll not go off weight.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
You can just weigh it again. I don't know.
You
Maybe if
put
it's in
some- put forward
such
some
like
good questions
intense
in.
heat that it at some. I don't know what point does gold like just get fucked from heat. I
Just
don't know. I don't know.
explodes.
Just disappears. Yeah.
All the gold. No, I think that you make a good point there.
Yeah, it's
It's
still
all-
there, isn't it? It's just
And then just remint
just a
it.
big blob, a big rock hard.
Maybe it's all the well, obviously all the he probably removed all the papers and everything. You know, like all the financial documents.
Oh, that you need to say. Oh, because it'd be like
whose money
it
this
would be.
was, how
Yeah,
much
that
money
would be the
people
problem.
had.
It would be like
How much
loads of people's money,
yeah.
wouldn't it?
And like,
And if
but-
all that goes, then it's just like no one's money. It's just that it just is a pile of gold in it.
but it's like all like the loans, isn't it?
Yeah.
Banks do so much more than money, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's basically the bloody system working. It's gone. It's all been written down, wouldn't it? All fucking wiped off. Start again.
Banks. Fucking banks.
Fuck that.
God.
Go Amish.
Run everything, don't they? That's why you don't use banks, isn't it, Steve?
Nope. Cash in hand.
Liar.
Oh,
Got a card. Use your card.
I'm going to give it back to me mum. Give it to me mum sometimes.
Mummy.
Say, Mum, don't give me it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you just put it in the safe?
Because I know I'd use it if... Yeah.
Where'd you keep your safe, Steve?
In
your house.
In the hamster cage.
He guards it.
So, on Monday, Lombard Street was absolutely levelled.
Yeah.
By 9 p.m. on Monday. So this is the... So you had the full day of Sunday.
Yeah.
Started in the early hours of Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Blasted through. So this is the second day, Monday. 9 p.m. it reaches Baynard's Castle, which is on the waterfront.
Yeah.
Which is like a big... it's not an actual castle. It's like a series of buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
But they were all important.
It's like massive, this though, isn't it? Like this part of it is like huge buildings.
And the fire's getting bigger by this time, obviously, because there's just so much to burn.
Yeah.
And one of the funny things in this documentary is about the onlooker. Have you got the note on that?
Oh, I gotta roll that down, yeah.
It's the way it, worded
Why
it.
did he say that? Do you want me to say it?
Go on.
So there's an onlooker. This is what it said in the documentary.
Yeah.
An onlooker not known for his mathematical skills vowed the flames were 50 miles high. Why would it add, why would it even include that?
He said, was it 50 miles?
50 miles high.
Yeah, so it's obvious. It's obvious.
You don't need to. But if you say that, I'm not going to think they were 50 miles high, these fucking flames.
He was not known for his mathematical skills.
What's that?
Hey, don't believe him, mate. He doesn't know his numbers.
Wouldn't talk to him. What a weird thing to say.
Just needed to clarify.
Roast that guy.
What was he known for? His exaggerations.
Skills. His exaggerations, yeah. Dramatic bastard, him. Not listen to him.
So that was Monday.
Well, that
it's hitting,
tells you how massive
so
these play. So you're saying it's 50 miles,
and it's hitting this big area of the city.
Yeah,
everything's fucking torched. Sky is on fire.
The reason why it's still spreading so much.
Oh no, what was it?
Pulling the houses down.
Oh, because they left the rubble, didn't they? Yeah,
how
as well.
Fucking stupid is that? They pull the houses down and then leave all the fucking it was across the street, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they take it. So they'd have the gap, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They pull the house down, and you've got a gap, a breaker. Yeah. So you're left with a rubble's worth of wood,
perfect burning material
of house.
Yeah.
And instead of removing that somewhere, they probably just scattered it in the street, didn't they?
Yeah.
So when the
fire could then cross the street on these all the shit that was on the floor, it just went over to the next fucking road. To be fair though, how would they get them all out? So I was thinking how stupid is that? But then how would you?
There's all narrow streets and everything, isn't it?
With everyone trying to move the stuff.
Yeah.
There's no carts or anything. They had no choice to do it.
We're laughing at them, but it is a weird situation to be in. How do you do it all? You gotta remember everybody's idiots as well. Not known for the mathematical skills.
They think these flames are 50 miles long coming at them.
So Tuesday,
well, you could have thrown water all over the rubble.
Where do you get all the water from? We've only got buckets.
Well, where would they have got it from anyway?
The River Thames.
Yeah, it's right. We're right next to it at this point.
I suppose, yeah.
They could just drench the rubble in what? I mean, you wouldn't think of that at this point, though, would you? You're doing that, and there's another fire. You've
got to go
across
the
the
next
street, and fucking shit. So we're thinking of it. It's very easy to think of it like that, isn't it? When we're
analysing it.
Yeah. But in the moment, you're panicking.
Stress.
Get the next one down.
People are looting. There's got to be loads of looting, hasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
That's what we would have been doing, wouldn't it?
We would have burnt to death in the first. I'd have slept through it. Just cooked. That's how we go.
Fried.
You'd be the maid. Running head first into it, not knowing where you are.
Rubbing my eyes. Trying to piss on it. Okay, so...
I'd be burying my cheese in the garden.
By Tuesday, Tuesday morning, they said... From all reports, everybody's reporting on it, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's at its most furious point.
Yeah, it's at its peak.
It's fucking annihilating everything. It's
55
massive.
Hours it's been going on now.
Full burning.
Yeah.
You could put that into perspective. A whole city centre It's
just
absolutely
on fire.
engulfed with flames.
I can't picture it. From a distance, you would think like,
I can picture.
what the heck? What is that?
Yeah.
Like, because the flames would be huge by this point, wouldn't they?
The whole sky would be lit
It'd
up.
be, like bright, completely bright.
Smoke. Imagine the smoke.
Smoke everywhere.
Oh, bit of the sky just be black even in the day.
Yeah. Even if you were quite far away, you'd be like, "What the?"
Smelling it.
Yeah. Oh, have you got the notes about what happened later on with people around? How they started realizing there was a massive fire.
No, what was that?
So like, burnt pages of books were just like a tree was just full of it.
Yeah.
And you're like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
What's this?"
So these people are not near the fire, aren't they?
No, so they don't know what. I assume they don't know what's going on. The way they said it,
Yeah.
it was like they don't know there's a big fuck off fire going on.
And they're looking outside or they're going outside or whatever, and there's trees with like
just like burnt pages in it. It's like,
that's
what?
obviously been caught in the fire and blown up with the smoke.
Yeah.
And it's blown across the sky and landing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine what they're thinking.
Oh, they said somebody.
Didn't it have
it said something that was like
the end of the world?
It was something
like
weird,
that,
like it is now or something like that, or it is what or something that weird. And there's a clothes and stuff, wasn't there, in the river? They burnt clothes just like going down. Like, what the what's this?
What's happening up there? What's happening
Someone's
in London?
combusted. Some fisherman's combusted.
So Tuesday, it's at its peak, and it hit Cheapside.
Cheapside.
That's a fucking name. Which was the shopping quarter.
Oh no.
The shopping district.
The Mackies and the Primark and all that.
All the cloths and clothes and fucking wooden chairs you can buy, shit like
fire's
that.
rubbing its under. Like, come on.
So this was Oxford Street and Regent Street.
Ooh,
so they're like big streets, aren't they? Yeah. And it's gonna take off the.
It's gonna get even bigger at that point, isn't it? Hits all the cloth. Fucking hell.
So the usual people are doing the same thing, trying to get water up, throw the buckets of water, knocking down buildings, stop it. But it's that big, and it's that fast. They're just struggling so much.
Yeah.
So by Tuesday night, the report.
I think as well. I've just realised, like, nobody's ate anything.
They buried all the cheese.
I mean, for like how long is this? Like what, 2-3 days now? Nobody's drank or like ate. Like what? What?
Well, you'd
be absolutely knackered.
Do you not think there'd be like other shops further out where you could go?
But these people who are fighting the fire,
oh yeah, just constantly.
they're just like they just have to unless they have a fucking team they can tag in.
An airdrop,
And be
care
like,
package,
yeah, and like they just
load of bread.
Or maybe they do. Maybe they're like swapped over, but I can't imagine it.
Like,
Can you? Like,
in the melee of evacuation, there must be food flying around. Do you reckon?
oh, they would have all took food with them, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
probably.
know.
Maybe they had breaks every now and then. That's why it fucking spread so quick. Quick bread and milk. Should we have some bread and milk?
Oh, look at all this
Oh, I
cheese.
think
Look at all this wine.
Look at this. Just dug a load of, yeah, they're all hammered. Then they can piss out the stones.
Yeah, that could be. Could be.
Yeah, they probably did have food. I bet people give them food, didn't they, as they were like going past and stuff.
Maybe when your adrenaline's going like that as well, you're not that hungry, aren't you?
Well, you can go for a while.
Bastard.
Just drink. You probably just need a drink, don't you? You can go for like fucking ages without eating, can't you? Really?
Yeah.
Probably had a bit
day
of
or
bread
two.
in the pocket or whatever.
Scanning on it.
Cook some meat over the fire. Sorted. Over someone's like charred body.
Just eating it, ripping it off the bone.
Yeah. Lovely.
So on Tuesday, it was by the end of Tuesday, the fire was 10 times the size it was on Sunday night.
Yeah,
So it's not even double. It's not twice as big. It's 10 times as big, and it was already big on Sunday.
massive anyway.
And it's hitting up to St Paul's Cathedral and the guild halls.
Yeah.
And the guild halls was so important. We don't have guilds now,
Yeah.
but back then they had guilds, and like in medieval times they had guilds. So it's basically like they're like the unions. So you have like what is it? You have like the college guilds. You have like the market. Who are they called? Who sell stuff? Blacksmith, the guild for them.
Yeah.
You know, like all that, and that's what
Yeah.
it run. That's like the councils, but like for specific things.
Yeah.
So they were important, these guild halls.
Well, they'd have all papers and stuff there that like
Yeah.
fucking everyone needs. The union. It's the
Yeah.
unions.
Everybody's
All these
live.
train strikes are going on now. Union burnt down.
Now, St. Paul's Cathedral was absolutely fucking massive.
Yeah.
Like, gigantic. It was bigger than what it is now. It's
Was it?
fucking massive, it was.
Go.
And it had a roof full of lead.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, another silly thing was, I'm not sure when, but beforehand, the spire was hit by lightning.
What was it?
Yeah. So, it had a load of wooden scaffolding all the way around the cathedral.
Just ready for a fire.
It was getting restored. So it was basically ready.
It's just like that's just a ladder for the fire, isn't it? Like
to go up,
scaffolding. It's just like, oh.
Imagine how big it would have been at there. So basically, it hit St. Paul's Cathedral on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like this massive, I'm talking gigantic building that's got wood all the way around. So it's gone high.
Yeah.
You could see that from a mile away.
Now that would... I'd understand if you just said like the 50 mile thing on that's on fire.
Fucking...
You probably can't understand what 50 miles is, but...
And the roof of lead was melting, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like lead flying everywhere off the roof.
Flying out.
And like St. Paul's Cathedral, I think back then it would have been like the most important thing to all of them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The big cathedral.
Massive, like the centre of the fucking city, innit?
Another thing was an old lady was found.
This was the second death, apparently the second death. But
so an old lady was found at the walls of the cathedral, and it was quoted: "An old lady parched with flames, limbs reduced to coal."
Like the torso was fine though. Yeah. It's just like all the limbs are burnt off.
But that was supposed to be the second death. But what I was looking at was, it was probably thousands of people dead.
Yeah.
But it was just burnt that much.
It was just, they turned to like ash.
Yeah.
Well, did you see that weird thing about... It was like they were saying what happens to bodies when they get that much heat and the gases.
Yeah.
And it said it would have looked like a street full of like jelly babies. Which doesn't sound like it makes any sense.
What?
So, right, I didn't explain that very well.
Street full of jelly babies.
No, right, let me give some back into that. So like when that extreme heat, and certain gases, it turns the body different colours. So like blue and green, and like bright red, and the body shrinks, and it says like it goes into like fighting. It puts your body in like a fighting pose. You know, so your arms go like
I see
your legs
mean. Yeah, when it crumples up,
it looks like a baby. So it's like it littered with like massive jelly babies. That's what it would have looked like. Loads of like weird bodies. Like just like how weird would that be?
Of all like the things you can like
jelly babies. What?
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
But yeah, it probably was like that. It must have been thousands of people died.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't know, would you?
Trapped in buildings, just
because you wouldn't know.
Turned to charcoal.
If your neighbour had like died, you wouldn't know because like your house isn't there at the end of it. It's not, you don't all go back and like, oh, they're not here. It's like what?
And it's not like nowadays where everybody's tracked, everybody's got a fucking passport, and
no one knows.
You know, like probably so many people just like the first guy, the journeyman. Just a fucking journey. You didn't even
no one knows who he is. Probably
just lodging in that place.
I bet they didn't even know he was living there. Who are you? I've been living above your oven for 2 years.
Been eating your pies.
God, that'd be a great place to stow away that, wouldn't it? In like a bakery's come down at night. Quick pie. But then you burn to death, so it's not...
You get dead fat.
What happened to him?
I didn't say. He must have
just run down the stairs straight away.
I think he must have escaped with him.
Yeah. Probably.
So anyway, at this point, Tuesday, the cathedral's on fire. King Charles II is on the front line.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
That's pretty powerful, isn't it?
That's inspiring.
He was there with everybody, like putting the fire, and he was throwing coins, wasn't he, at the workers?
Oh yeah,
to encourage him to work.
The way they word that is like he's just launching coins everywhere,
scattering him. It's like flying around.
Like coins are hitting you in the head and stuff. Just hand it me in a minute. I'm fucking trying to tear this building down.
Just throwing it into the fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was at the front, like encouraging everybody, which they said it spurred everybody on because it's like fucking hell, the king's here.
Yeah,
the king's doing it with us. Like,
you gotta look good as well if the king's there.
That's it. Yeah, you gotta try.
You can't just be drinking this wine, eating this cheese now. You gotta.
So, as well on the Tuesday night, it gets that bad, and it's not working. Well, it's kind of working, but it's not working to stop it. Is when they're pulling these buildings down.
Yeah.
They realise, right, we're going to blow up buildings. It's quicker.
Yeah.
So they get the Navy in, come down the Thames with loads of dynamite, and they fill up the buildings and blow it up.
Yeah.
It's just quicker to get these buildings down. Fucking dynamite.
Yeah, you probably do like a few in one there.
Yeah.
2 buildings in
Dead
one.
quick. Move on to the next like street. Bang, bang, bang.
What? This is not starting a fire in itself.
That's what I was thinking.
Like you're blowing up a building, just making more fire, aren't you?
Must be dynamite. Maybe is no fire. It just explodes, sends stuff flying.
Yeah, I can picture. Yeah, just like you see like going back to pirates, like Pirates of the Caribbean when they fire the cannon and it just explodes part of the ship.
Yeah,
just picturing like that happens. It just
bits
like
of wood flying, splinters going into everybody.
Yeah, kill like half the thing. Put gold in the pockets and
you're
dead.
all right. So they brought the Navy in with dynamite, like absolutely demolishing these buildings dead quick. So that was Tuesday night, and I think it started to work. That didn't it?
I think it slowed it down a bit.
And it goes over the night. Still fire going on to Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now Wednesday morning, the gods appear, don't they? And the wind stops.
Oh yeah.
Finally, this wind.
God, stop laughing now. Stop chuckling away.
We've had enough here. So the wind stopped. But the fire, as it stops, the fire's hit. It's gone past the cathedral heading west, and it's hit the lawyer's lodging and the temple church.
Yeah.
And that temple church was like made of stone.
Yeah.
So that was never going to burn. And it was near like the walls or something, these big walls. So it hit like a good place where it was
just can't get past.
It could be contained.
Yeah.
And with the wind stopping, it stopped it fucking blowing out.
Yeah.
So then by midday Wednesday, that's when they say the fire was out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They eventually contained it at the. I don't know what the.
But I
temple
don't think it was
church is.
actually out, was it?
Yeah, well,
it's just like it hadn't. It stopped spreading.
Yeah, it couldn't
Everything's
go
still
anywhere.
burning, but it's just like
it's just there.
Yeah.
So by midday Wednesday, so what's that? You had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, fucking carnage.
God.
Wednesday midday, it's just stopped.
So all these people just sat on these hills for like
watching it all.
Watching. Like,
got nowhere to go. Nothing
you think
to
it's
do.
the end of the world as well. And you just sat there like, oh God.
Praying.
I wonder like, if anyone killed themselves.
They did, didn't they?
Did they?
Well, someone afterwards, Samuel Pepys's
oh yeah.
Was it his bookman or something? Somebody bought his books
because he lost.
He lost everything.
Oh no, it's because they fucked him over, didn't they? They kept his books.
Well, yeah.
Something like that. I didn't understand the wording or something, but like they kept his stuff.
And he killed himself.
The government basically after it.
He just
and then like he was just like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna.
I'm done here.
I'm logging off. I'm done.
I'm checking out. So by midday Wednesday, it halted.
Yeah.
It was contained. So at this point, the fire got to an overall length of just under 2 miles.
Oh, wow.
Now in numbers, that doesn't sound a lot.
No, especially when they were 50 miles high. So that doesn't sound much at all. That.
But if you put that down, if you put that into context, like 2 miles is quite far, isn't it? Of full buildings.
I can't. That's 2 miles.
And it was half a mile wide.
Oh,
It's
right.
basically, it was like the centre of London.
Just all
was
burnt.
all completely charcoaled. Like the main centre. So 2 miles. So what's a mile? A mile is.
I'm trying to think where's from here.
From here to the top to the bypass.
Yeah.
That's half a mile.
Oh shit, is it?
So you double that, you got your mile.
And then double that again.
Yeah.
Oh,
obviously
God,
the listeners.
Oh yeah, you're
gonna have to make your own gauge up there.
Yeah.
But 2 miles I think it is far when you put it into context for a fire.
Of course it is, yeah. And a mile long, a mile wide.
Half a mile wide, half a mile
wide.
thick. Because it obviously was.
That's a lot.
You've got the Thames. It didn't get past the Thames.
Yeah.
So it was half a mile up from the Thames.
Oh right, yeah.
Like that width.
Yeah.
That was contained. Burnt.
My God, yeah. Jesus.
And 100,000 people were left homeless.
So lucky, innit?
Just got nothing left.
Like,
whole livelihood.
God damn it. Oh, yeah, it became like a gypsy community, didn't it? That's what I said. They became gypsy. They just all started speaking like Irish travellers.
Trying to tarmac drags.
Yeah.
What about caravan?
Situation.
So that was that Wednesday. Now, the aftermath was a bit weird, wasn't it? So, basically the question is, what the fuck do you do? How do you go about sorting out this? Like,
I don't know what I would do.
The government, the fucking system of your whole country, the centre
even
of
they
it.
don't even like all the government stuff is burnt. Hasn't it? It's like fuck. What do we do?
There's nothing there. So the King Charles II is a precalation. That's what the word they use. It was basically like a thing to help everybody, but it didn't work, didn't it?
What do you mean, like with money?
Yeah,
Money-wise?
and like to give them like places and to stay and stuff.
Oh, I can't remember.
But basically, everybody was in debt, weren't they?
Yeah, everyone was just fucked.
And like,
apart from those car owners, they're laughing their head off.
But everybody was fucked in the centre. And they had massive debt because they still had to pay for everything, didn't they?
What do you mean?
You know, like, say their house burnt down, but they still like had money to pay on it. You know, like, because
Oh yeah, well this was the way some landlords did that, didn't they?
That's it. Yeah.
He made him still pay for the land that the house would have been on.
Yeah,
that is the most ridiculous thing. Like what?
But
you just wouldn't pay it, would you?
Just fuck off.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what?
Well, everybody's like livelihood stopped as well. So you've lost your job, so you can't get any money anywhere.
Lost your business.
You're probably in debt through your job because the way it's set up, like buying goods and all that shit. You probably owed money and stuff.
Yeah.
All your trading's fucked. Yeah, your business is gone. Like there's literally nothing you can do.
Big knock-on effect in it. Everyone's just...
Nobody can buy anything.
Yeah.
In that centre, you've got loads of these fucking buildings to rubble.
And you've got all the looters on top of that. They're going out robbing everything.
Everybody started looting, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like loads. Didn't they? Like, wasn't the stories people going back to the houses to get stuff and like people just like robbing them?
Yeah, you go back and the looters would be there, and then they'd rob you on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, give me all your stuff. They robbed one guy, didn't they? He went to a vault to check on his like master's thing. They like battered him, took all his stuff, and locked him in there. Locked him in the vault.
Got all the cheese and wine in there.
Yeah, he's just so unlucky that he's like, fuck's sake.
But basically, everybody's fucked, and they didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And
well, have you got? Here's some. So the income of the city was 12,000. That was the annual income, of the London. And the cost of the fire was over 10 million. So like,
what? Think 10 million.
10 million. It's like,
like compare.
I think what was that? I think that's back then as well. So like, what? How much is that now? Like, what the?
Compare 1,000 to 1,000,000, and then put them numbers together.
Like, crazy, innit? And that's the whole city, and you've got like there's no money to fix anything here.
Yeah, like you said, it's a knock-on effect. So even the bits that aren't that wasn't caught in the fire.
Well, their business is fucked anyway, because no one's.
Because you've got like everybody's relying on everybody, isn't it? In the city.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
What other stuff did you have there?
Oh, so people went back to the houses, the rubble they had to like get stuff or whatever, and then people who could buy houses, the price had gone from £40 a year up to £150 a year.
That's the prices went up,
so
didn't
like
they?
even if you wanted to buy a house, you can't afford it anyway.
No,
because now they've all gone sky high because there's like hardly any houses left. And then for fucking the thing about the landlords insisting you pay money still.
You're gonna keep paying.
Pay up.
So basically, everybody was fucked.
Yeah.
Now for it to get sorted, so King Charles II like tried to step in, didn't he?
Yeah.
And was like, okay, I'll sort all this out. I'll fix it all for everybody. I'll make sure I'll sort the debts out and everything. But in order to do that, what they needed first of all was to find out who was to blame.
Yeah.
They needed like a
starting
reason.
point, don't they? So that you know you can get compensated and why.
Yeah.
It's like,
they needed a why, didn't they?
Yeah.
A why and who and like answers. So that's what they had to start before they could do.
It gets silly, doesn't it? Now it's just like.
So obviously the first guy up for contention
is the big guy up top,
Thomas Farrer.
Oh, oh my God!
Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, we'll go that. Yeah. So
yeah,
that was one of them.
That was
wasn't
the
it?
first thing. Was like it's an act of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like trying to debate that, wasn't it?
Or have you? I've got the thing that they said. Okay, so this is a few years after a preacher said it couldn't have been punishment for blasphemy because it would have started in the fish market if it was. It couldn't be degeneracy because it would have started in Drury Lane. I don't know what that was. And then it couldn't be punishment for lying because that would have started in Westminster where all the lawyers were.
Yeah.
So it must have been for gluttony because it started on Pudding Lane. and ended in Pie Corner.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So like,
So the fire ended on Pie Corner, didn't it?
so that kind of makes sense. Like back then, he says that, you're
adds
like,
up.
oh yeah,
It adds up.
it's
doesn't
all
it?
our fault
Yeah.
for eating greedy pigs and eating pies every day.
It's everybody's fault.
It's quite funny that.
So there's the God aspect to it.
Yeah,
No, the other aspect. It makes sense that to them, doesn't it?
it definitely does. I'd probably believe that.
So
Oh God, we're all fat. We need to stop eating so much.
no more pies, pudding. Oh, pudding.
Pudding.
So the other person who was up for up on the docks was Thomas Fariner,
Our guy.
the guy
Our baker.
Pudding Lane, the baker. He's obviously shitting himself, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just like, oh my
Well,
god,
he's the king's baker, wasn't he? Actually,
That
we
was
missed
it,
that
yeah.
bit out, didn't we?
Yeah.
He was actually the king's like
baking for the
main
king.
baker.
So he was up for contention.
Yeah.
He was shitting himself. Now, what was there something about like Catholics as well?
He wasn't having it, was it? Yeah. So he was like,
He
was like, it's definitely not me.
so he
blamed fucking.
he's blaming or he's trying to
Yeah.
find a scapegoat, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he doesn't
So
get.
he doesn't get the blame.
Yeah.
'Cause- I don't know. Yeah. So he says it's either foreigners or Catholics.
That's it,
how
yeah.
he somehow makes people believe it's one of them.
Yeah,
Like.
because at this time you've had like the Protestants.
Yeah.
It is the Church of England that's ruling England.
Yeah.
Catholics gone now. Catholicism
Yeah.
is like bad. It's the opposite of what we want.
Yeah.
And then the foreigners.
They
Well,
just
that's
don't
just-
like foreigners.
That's
anyway.
like that everywhere,
I know,
isn't
it
it? In the
doesn't
whole of
seem to
history.
ever change. So yeah, but then people got a bit rowdy then, didn't they, with foreigners? Because they were like, oh yeah, it's the fucking foreigners.
Yeah, there was a few people who were.
So then the Frenchman, have you got this down? Have you?
Oh no, I remember it though. Yeah.
So like the Frenchman, he had tennis balls with him.
Yeah, he had
And he
tennis.
was attacked because people thought it was grenades. But I am just going playing tennis, and he gets like battered in the
Beaten
street.
up.
That's just quite funny. And then this one, it makes no sense. The Portuguese man,
Oh yeah.
he was suspected for picking up a piece of bread in a suspicious manner. How do you pick up bread?
What is he
In
doing?
a suspicious? Is he like looking round, like fucking like scurrying about picking up bread?
Deadlifting it. Sumo lifting
He's
it.
shaking like crazy, sweating loads picking up bread.
And this was like, so these stories were happening like afterwards, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. When
In-
they're trying to find out who's.
In the nearby area, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like in the
Well,
fucking wherever it's.
You'd
Wherever
all be
everybody
like
is.
pissed off, wouldn't you? Anyway, because you've lost all your house. And
Yeah.
that. Probably like probably a couple of family members have died and that, and then you're like, oh, it's fucking him there eating that bread,
And then
picking
once,
that baguette up.
once somebody says that, everybody's jumping
I
on.
was
Isn't
like, oh
it?
yeah, it's him. Yeah.
Because that was what it's like, wasn't it? Everybody just fucking follows whatever is said.
Yeah.
Herd mentality.
That still happens now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Big
It
crowd.
just happens on like social media now.
Everybody just jumps on.
It's
and
like,
just-
oh.
So that was a few people who were getting the blame for it.
I don't know how you get people to follow you when you're trying to say who's picking up bread suspiciously.
Yeah.
You'd just be like, all right, well, where was he picking up bread anyway? The bakers have.
I know they've been burnt down.
But oh, maybe that's it. He was like picking up and like,
Why has he got bread?
oh, who knows? Maybe he was like juggling it and laughing with it in his hands. Just charcoal loaf, like poor Portuguese man.
So there was another person, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, our guy comes in.
Have you got his
Our
name?
maverick, Rovier Hubert.
Huber.
Yeah.
Huber's.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Huber.
Rover. I know it's Hubert, but not Rovier, whatever.
Mm.
People call him Robert though. I
Robert.
think.
Should we call him?
Just for short.
Should we call him Bob?
I'll just call him Hubert.
Huber. Bob Huber.
Bob Huber.
So he was
Bob
on,
Vance.
he was on a ship, wasn't he? Foreigner
Yeah.
who was on a ship
Yeah.
in the docks. And wait, how does it go down?
He owned up, didn't he? So he
How did he
went-
find him though?
I think he went to them.
Oh, did they?
I think he just went
Yeah.
and was like, it was me.
So-
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh,
he-
no, I think he was boasting to people.
Was he?
Oh, I didn't write it down, but I've just put he confessed. But I think it might have been that.
Yeah.
He was just being like, oh, it was me. All right, fucking
So he
started it or
so
whatever.
he confessed to burning down, setting the fire, and
But throwing something through the bakery window
that's it. Yeah.
to start the fire.
Yeah.
That's what he
Arson.
said.
It was arson,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So they're like, oh shit, we've got it. Confession.
Yeah.
Let's take him to court. They take him to court,
It all starts unraveling
and
here.
it doesn't add up
No.
one bit.
Makes no sense.
So the first Oh, have you got the notes on it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Right. So first thing is he's 26-year-old. This guy as well. So
26.
Like us.
Yeah.
Like he's just deciding like
Foreigner as well.
yeah. Where was he? I don't know. Rouvier Hubert. Where do you think he was from? I can't
Sounds a
remember.
bit French, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Huh?
It looks French. Anyway, so the first thing was that there was no like window in the bakery that you could have done this.
That's it. Yeah.
Like, it didn't add up. Like how could
The
you?
bakery didn't have
It
a window.
didn't have a window for him to throw it through.
So how
that
could
was
you?
thing number one. It's falling through there.
Yeah.
Like, out what window? Put through the letterbox, shoving it through. Must have been some window though, but it's not the right window. Like a little circular tennis ball
Tennis
size
ball
window.
window.
I've got great aim. I play tennis. He hit it through the
Smacking it
racket.
in.
Yes, there was no thing. The second thing was the captain of the ship
Yeah.
said he only came in 2 days after the fire. The ship only came in
Yeah.
2 days after.
The ship wasn't there on
So
the
that
day of the fire.
doesn't make sense.
So that those two there, that just
You could be like,
plausible.
right, well, you're just being weird. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, you're just being weird. And the third thing is, he couldn't even, like, walk. He was, like, crippled. Like, one of his legs didn't, like, work, and one of his arms didn't work.
he said
So he was, like, hobbling into, like, the courtroom, wasn't he? Like, dragging his leg.
he said like he couldn't have made it to the street, couldn't he?
No.
To do it, he couldn't have done it.
Or, like, get away. He's just, like, hopping
Hobbling
everywhere.
away.
I
So
don't know, if you've lived with it your whole life, you probably find a way of being pretty quick, don't you?
you reckon? Do you think somebody would have seen you though?
Yeah, because that's a distinctive look in it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at him there.
On the night of
With
the fire,
Fireball in his hand.
big tennis ball on fire.
So he was just like a clout chaser, wasn't he? He
Yeah.
just wanted to be like. What is it?
well,
There's all stuff like that
They
nowadays.
said, didn't
isn't
they?
there?
Like people like to take
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
attention.
They love
want
to
the
be like
attention.
part of it.
Yeah.
There's all stuff like that. It still isn't there, like bomb threats and stuff, or like God, I can't think of any examples now. But something like
Like when
thing-
ISIS
and
take
they-
claim
yeah,
for it,
or like
and they released the video.
maybe not that crazy,
was
but
us.
like Allahu Akbar.
I know what you mean.
I can't think of
I know what you're
examples,
saying.
but it's like people pipe up as in like they're
Yeah.
part of it, and it just turns out they weren't.
Okay,
It's
fucking
you're
sit
just
down.
Some weirdo. Go away.
Attention seeking.
Yeah.
Or they said he was mentally ill.
Oh, that
Didn't
was
they?
another one. Yeah, he was just off his head.
Yeah, crazy.
Which could be to for
Shipman on this ship, pirate,
shit for
like a
days.
pirate drinking rum.
Oh yeah. All the other pirates have like bigged him up. Go on. You say you did it. Go on.
Go on, mate.
He's finally fitting in because he's been like a cripple all his life. All right, I'll do it.
It was me.
All right, yeah, I did it.
Threw something through window.
There was no window. Oh God. Yeah, somehow he was found guilty.
I think it was through the fact that they just went off the confession, didn't they?
They had to blame someone.
If
They
if you're confessing, then you're taking the blame.
Yeah, you still just be like, you've got no argument, have you? The jury, but the prosecutor's like, well, he
No.
confessed, so
like if the jury starts going against him, that's like a different fucking court case altogether.
Yeah, I
like
know.
trying to prove that it wasn't it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So they go with killing him, don't they? Did he hang him?
Yeah, they hung
They
him.
hang this poor
I've not got the date,
26-year-old.
but that's
Quite clearly it
Well,
wasn't him.
it's his own fault. Unless
It
he
is,
has
though.
mental issues, and then
Yeah, it's his
kind
own
of his own
fault.
really, isn't it?
It's his own fault unless he he was mentally ill.
Well, if he is mentally ill, it's still kind of his fault. It's no one else's fault. Just because you're mentally ill, it's still technically your fault.
I guess
It's your mind. But no, yeah,
So-
he was hung.
so. He took the blame.
Happy
took
days.
The, took the fall for
Job
it.
done.
So they had the blame. They knew. Right. I don't know how that sorts out. King Charles II though, sorting all the debts and
I
everything.
don't know.
but
Oh, did you see the thing? They had to open 3 prisons
did they?
because there were so many people refusing to pay something. You know, he started something. And there's so many people refusing to pay it. It's something to do with compensation.
Yeah.
He had to build prison to put all the people in. So they're just putting people in prison.
Because they just
They're
wouldn't
just
pay
like,
it.
yeah.
What?
Which is just a bit like, what?
Just
What
fucking,
am I going to pay with?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have
Nothing.
collateral or anything. It's all gone.
no job. Job's
Like,
gone.
well, just get in prison then. Nutters.
So, but he eventually kind of sorted it out, didn't he? Like,
did he?
I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Well, they must have.
So they got the blame,
Yeah.
which obviously wasn't him. I think really it probably was the foreigner guy just leaving a fucking
Just an
ember.
accident, isn't it, probably, like, yeah.
So now they had to rebuild the city, didn't they?
Yeah, I've stopped it. I don't know. I don't know anything.
So
about
basically, they were saying, if you look at it, it's a monumental task rebuilding the main city.
Yeah.
But in a way, it's like a fucking fantastic opportunity.
Oh, because anything that wasn't working,
Start
I
from
guess
scratch,
you can
redesign the
change
whole
it.
city and everything.
Oh yeah.
So that's what all these architects and everybody came up with. Like,
They were
right,
like chuffed.
yeah.
Oh, get it.
And they said like it'll bring loads of revenue and everything. You know, like paying people, and
Yeah.
they need to bring in all like supplies and everything. So it was like a really good situation. and it was like it was good to rebuild all the city, rebuild the buildings up to like fire regulation, you know, like better standards.
Yeah, just in case it happens again.
Yeah.
Now they know what to do.
So they got this guy, Sir Christopher Wren, who was the guy who was rebuilding St. Paul's before it got fucking burned down.
Gosh, don't get him in.
But he was an astronomer and an architect, and he had these massive plans, like rebuild the city. You can go and you can Google his pictures that he drawn of like the city redesigned. Some were like a grid set, you know, like grid where it's all just straight lines, like American cities.
Yeah.
And then some were like European, with like it was like kind of artistic,
Well,
like the
all kind
lines
of follow like a flow.
Yeah, and like a big circle in the middle.
Yeah.
And King Charles II sent him to France because in France they were building cities quite good.
Yeah.
And he said like, go and take notes, go and like look at the buildings, go look at the Louvre. So it's called.
Yeah.
And see like, because that was getting built, and go and have a look at how the city centres are getting built. So in this time, so Christopher Wren's over there taking his time while everybody's like fucking sat around. We've got no houses, got nothing going on.
A big pile of ash.
So everybody starts building again, just their own house.
What? Everyone's like, I'm going to build then.
Yeah, basically that. So this Christopher Wren came back. So I've got all the plans, I've got everything.
Oh my God, it's all fucked up.
And he gets there and everybody's just like fucking just done their own thing. No regulations, nothing. They're just like, I don't know, builders coming in.
It's not even like a road, it's like houses just dotted around.
So they said that's why, like, if you look at the layout of like London, it's always been medieval style. You know, the small streets and everything.
Because they never changed.
Never changed. They just fucking rebuilt it again, and it was probably even worse because like the peasants rebuilt it. Yeah.
Shoddy.
So that was
that's kind of good in a way though. They built their own.
They just fucking got
really
to it.
Like fuck this. I'm not waiting around for him. Like, oh,
we'll get together and
where
just,
are they living? It's like
just on that hill.
On some sorry hill.
One of the things I was seeing, they didn't even clear the rubble. A lot of it, like they left the foundations of the previous houses, and just built on top of that.
Just carried on.
So when they do excavations now in London, you can get down to a point and see like the
old style,
the burnt like fucking floor,
the burnt, cool, isn't it?
The burnt, what is it? Ground foundations
like
of the old buildings that were burnt in the fire. Like
that's
even now,
cool. Still there
because they just like from started building on it. They didn't like properly clear it or anything. So that was that. Another thing was insurance. So after that was when insurance came about.
Was it?
People were like, right, we
want something just in case it happens again.
So all these fucking companies and businesses set up like doing insurance policies, and it was mainly to what it was called the fire company, I think, or something like that. The first one.
Yeah.
And like I think it was 1 in 3 houses in London took out a policy, an insurance policy, if that happened again.
But that was probably easy money for that company.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
Because they're like, this isn't going to happen again, right? Like we're going to make sure this doesn't happen again. Just charge everyone, right? And like, they'll probably think like, we're not going to give them the money if like it happens. We'll just say he got burnt or something.
I'll say he got caught in the fire.
Yeah. They're probably just like, oh yeah, we'll get loads of money off these idiots down there who building houses.
Well, that was where the main like a modern form of insurance came about.
Right. Well.
That's
good for the fire, I guess. Good and bad, if you like insurance.
Good and bad.
If you don't.
That's all I've got on the Great Fire of London.
Well, they said, did you? I forgot what it was, but the house next to the bakery.
Yeah.
Or the other bakery next to the bakery in the basement. Did you see that bit?
No.
It was full of barrels filled with this stupidly flammable like liquid thing, and like they said like. This is probably what made it like so bad. It was just this place next to it.
Yeah,
it would have just like as soon as it touched them, like just
that's it. That's how it went so big.
I can't remember what it was. It was some like weird But they had like loads of barrels, like 17 massive
Stored up.
barrels underneath, and like
ready to explode.
dude, yeah, it was saying if it touches that, it's like I
Game
don't know.
over.
I can't remember what it was. I'd have to.
Well, they did stuff on like flour, didn't they?
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
no idea how flammable flour was.
I know. You just think it's like nothing.
And they say like if you get flour in the air,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like just so you got like dust
yeah.
in the air, it's like highly flammable, isn't
It
it?
can spontaneously combust, can't
So
it?
what the
So it's like this whole row of bakeries that probably has flour
Like
everywhere,
floating around everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. And it says dust itself, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Actual dust sets on fire anyway. So it's just like, I'm surprised it didn't happen before. Did you see the little the experiment video that he did?
Yeah.
Well, like it just like instantly sets on fire.
They were floating it around.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's just quite weird. But then dust. There's one dust explosion reported every week in the UK.
That's ridiculous when you
I've
said that.
never heard
So
of a dust explosion.
somebody's house or something has got there's dust flying around in the house.
How
Like
much dust?
everybody's got dust.
How much
haven't
dust do these houses have?
they? And it spontaneously combusts.
But
how come we've never heard of that
I
before?
don't know. But I think
And
when it's saying a dust explosion, it's not like the house exploding. I think they mean like it's a little poof, and that started the fire in a house. You know, they can track back what the start of the fire
what
was.
it was.
I think it means that.
Do you reckon?
Because we'd know there'd be like
big
houses exploding everywhere, like once a week. Like, oh, another one's gone.
Oh, it's that dust explosion.
Fucking that pesky dust.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I think it's that. Now you said that.
I just thought of that then. I thought, like, hang on a minute.
That makes sense.
That makes more sense, doesn't it?
But it's still,
I don't know how.
It's still bizarre why I haven't heard of this or come across
I
this
don't
before.
know. But my
Your house
was there something
exploded.
else? Yeah, exploded tomorrow. Actually, I'm planning that insurance job. There's I had to stop my research because I told you I got cat hair
I don't believe that.
right in my eye.
What are you on about? So you're sat there watching this documentary.
Sat there watching it. So the last whatever I didn't watch. I know I must have because I got all this. Unless there was more after.
Came
this.
to you in a dream.
Oh, I don't know. Well, because my cat, I was the only one up. So if he wants attention,
It's jumping in.
he knows that I'm up. So he was like, getting on me. And I'm like allergic to my cat. So like,
Yep, which is ridiculous.
it's not
isn't
good
it?
anyway. And then he's getting too close to me, and like you get itchy eyes and like
Yeah.
a runny nose.
I get that
And
with
then
dogs.
it got really bad in one eye, and I could it was like I was hurting. So I went to the bathroom and looked. I could see the hair coming down from my eyelid over my pupil and back up, and like it looped down.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh fuck.
You're done for it.
It's like 1 in the. Well, no, it was like 12, but everyone was asleep. I was like, oh, get this out.
Start screaming.
How do I get like this hair? So anyway, yeah.
How did you get it out?
I just had to keep like
Putting your
pushing
finger
down on my eyelid to move the hair down further down to my eye. But every time I blink, it goes back up.
Oh my god.
So I was like, it was getting so red, and like, you know, your eye gets like small because it's like, it was like, I was like, I'm gonna have to go like, I can't sleep with a cat hair. Anyway, I eventually got it out, and I was like, oh thank God.
No, what?
I went to sleep because my eyes are so drained. I had to go to sleep
That is the silliest story
right at the
ever.
end. See, and if there was a fire, if there was a dust explosion at that point, I couldn't see anything.
You're falling. What the fuck?
Anyway, yeah, that was the end of my research. But
Yeah.
that's just insane, isn't that?
Crazy.
Great Fire of London.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Madness. It's funny, isn't it, in a way? Well, obviously people say, "Oh, we're laughing at dead people." We're not laughing,
I am laughing at those dead
it's
people.
just fucking crazy.
I'm laughing my head off at them dead people. I'm glad they died, actually. Yeah, it was only 6 though,
Yeah, only 6. It's not that much, isn't
and
it?
they were old. Apparently,
Yeah.
maid,
Their
old
times were up.
woman.
Wait,
There
it was an
another one, wasn't
80-year-old man, wasn't it?
What was his one?
He was like too scared to leave. his
Oh
house.
yeah,
Look at you
that
giggling
doesn't
away
make
there.
sense. It doesn't make sense.
How can you be too scared to leave a burning house?
There's got to be at some point.
No, I think it was to evacuate, wasn't it? He was too scared to evacuate.
But then surely they get to a point where the fire
Hits
is
your
coming
house.
through your house, and that is
It's
more
just-
scary
It's just done for.
than
then.
evacuating.
Maybe he just
No, he
can't.
probably couldn't. Could he?
Couldn't leave.
Probably old.
What? Why can't you evacuate though? All the people and the panic of everybody.
Well, and he's dead, so how did they know he was too scared?
Maybe his
I guess
family.
his family were like, well,
Couldn't get him.
his family didn't like get out the house now. Like, I don't care if you're too scared.
Drag him out.
Yeah, he's like, come on.
I'll leave him. He's
He's
done
like,
for.
I'm alright.
Thing is, like all these reports, like Cal puts a good point forward. about history, saying like how do we know it's true and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think I've been looking at this because Cal puts it forward.
Every time Cal's like,
and it's a fair point. But I've been looking now more and more about history and stuff, and like there's so much stuff recorded than you think.
Yeah.
Because back then they got newspapers and everything. There's people writing diaries just like Samuel Pepys.
Yeah.
It's like
constantly. Isn't it?
It's not like it's just all fucking hearsay,
word of
mouth,
changing all the time.
And even like you go back, the Romans.
Yeah.
The Roman era was the most recorded in history.
Yeah. Well,
up until like now. Wait,
what
even 100 years ago, we weren't recording data happening as much as what the Romans were recording.
They were writing everything down, weren't they?
Yeah.
Literally everything.
So even back then, even fucking 2,000 years ago, everything was recorded.
Yeah. I don't know, though. I think that's a thing like that, though, where it's like, you're just relying on, it's not somebody's just saying it. The family could have just, like, hated him. It's like, he was too scared to leave, and they've just, like, locked him in a room or something.
No, I think with the old man thing, that's a bit... I don't know how that
most
could
of
be.
it you can believe. I don't know. I believe it anyway. I say this, but I still believe he was too scared to leave because he's an old man. He's like, you probably will be. He's like, I'm not fucking. You can hear all the panic outside. He's like, oh no, I'm not going out there. I'm staying here.
Just on his rocking
chair. Yeah. Stubborn old man.
That's it. Yeah, fucking
like
entitled.
The guy on the bus. Gone full circle back to the guy on the bus. He wouldn't have got off. No, like, get it moving, go on.
Move me house.
Get moving, fire. Move the house.
No, I seen the video of some people skateboarding near an old guy, and the old guy starts screaming at the kid in the face, and the kid's like 13 or 14, and this guy's like right in his face screaming, and the kid's like shitting himself.
There's so many of them with skateboarding. Why do they get so annoyed at skateboarding?
Like, fair enough if they like skateboarding on their house.
And if it's like, if they're going past you, like, like if you're old and someone's flying past you on a skateboard, you'd be like, whoa, come on.
But most of the stuff's just like in a car park or something.
They
like,
go mental. Like, Jesus Christ, calm down.
You know what? I might start skateboarding again.
Just to roost old people.
Get an old person in my face and fuck
I don't think anyone's that bothered nowadays, are they? Because you see it everywhere. Well, you don't.
People are easily roosted, though.
Just walk really slowly in front of someone. That actually annoys me sometimes.
You're getting roosted?
I get roosted, but then I think like, why am I getting annoyed about someone walking?
Someone like why? Like the legs.
They're just like having a nice chill time, and I'm like rushing to get to like a train. And it's like, why am I getting annoyed about this?
You're screaming
like, right in the back of the head, just thumping people in the back of the head,
punching them in the kidney.
Did you do them?
Oh well, I think
I'm all out there. That's all my.
That's everything I've got.
How long was that? How long were we even on here?
Done about an hour and a half, maybe something like that.
Sweet spot again.
Nice
my
spot.
God.
Yeah. I haven't got any opinions on the fire. I think they kind of did what they could have done. I don't really think you don't have hoses or fire brigade systems.
I was surprised nobody blamed the Mer more.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like he was like.
Right at the start when he was like,
if he'd have acted a bit more like, all right, come on. He seems to have not been mentioned again, but I think if he'd have got his acting gear
sorted out quickly. Obviously in the morning he's panicking, isn't he, Samuel Pepys? He knows he's fucked up.
But then no one's bothered though, doesn't come back to him.
Got off.
I guess because he didn't start it though, it wasn't his fault. But he could have stopped, he could have prevented it.
Yeah. Could have prevented it.
What was his name? Can't remember the Mer's name.
Yeah,
Sir something.
Yeah.
Sir Stooge.
Sir Thomas something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thomas Bloodworth.
Bloodworth? Oh, that's why he wanted the blood. He wanted the blood spilt. It's like, yeah, a woman could piss that out. It's like, yes, here we go. That's what I've been waiting for now. Pretending to panic to like the
Samuel Pepys.
I can't do anything. In reality, he's not asking anyone to do anything. We've just figured it out right here.
There we go. That's why.
Change the history books.
We're historians.
Yeah, there you go. Beautiful.
Anyway, on that note.
Case closed. Boom.
Sorted. Yeah, I think I hope you have liked that. The listeners enjoyed the like.
I've liked it. Let's hope Carl can sort his legal issues out pretty swiftly. He's being accused of some serious stuff, but we won't get into it. But justice, hashtag justice for Carl, some kind of stuff. Get that.
Anyway, Anyway, if anybody's got any opinions or any topic ideas, let us know. Contact us on Instagram. You could check out our YouTube channel, because the YouTube channel's got like, it's got like one listen on every video, compared to the other videos are like got fucking loads, like 50 listens a week. And then,
but the YouTube gets no. Because I think it's podcast though. People put it on when they drive, and that don't you? You don't really put YouTube on.
It's just funny. Like if somebody goes on the YouTube channel, they'll think nobody's listening to this podcast at all.
Have you got some that have like one viewer or no views?
I think there's like ones that have got like 2 views.
There you go. You could be one of the first 5, one of the first 3 viewers ever.
but on Spotify, Amazon. Or is it iTunes and all that? No, Apple.
I don't know what.
There's
I don't know what it's on.
Loads of people listening from America,
Too many
Russia,
people.
Europe.
Bombarded with listeners.
In fact, they should get in touch with us. I want to hear what they have to think.
Directly speak to American one now. If you are not from England, unlucky.
Contact us on the Instagram page.
Say you'll know. You'll know. You can see their accounts.
Yeah.
We'll track you down.
We'll contact you.
Well, I won't, but Steve and Cal might. And Cal's done some pretty serious stuff, so he's capable of tracking you down.
He's capable of naughty stuff.
I don't know what he's capable of. I will not say anything more.
Anyway, I think that's the episode over.
Thank you very much for having me again, by the way.
Oh, God.
It's been a pleasure, as always.
As usual.
Yeah.
All right, adios.
Bye-bye.
This was brought to you by Merdley Productions.